Can you be very influential enough in a conversation to get the prospect to say yes? Yes, you can. And in this video, I'm going to show you what you can do to influence the prospects and get them to say yes. But as I'm speaking to you now, a story just came to my mind, which I was not even planning to share today. I used to work in an organization where we're selling investment solutions. Now, you see, selling is a transferable skill. The transferable skill because you can take the skills you learned in a particular industry and move it to another industry. Now, when we're selling investment solutions, there was a particular client who my boss, who was in the organization, he was very respected because he was able to bring a lot of deals and close lots of deals in the investment space. His knowledge was top notch. Now, in that, I had a conversation with him, and he says, this particular prospect, he's not sure this man will be able to go ahead and do the investments. But he has spoken to him before then. He has spoken to him before, and he didn't look positive. But I should speak with him and see if something will come out of it. My other colleagues who were working with him or who had been engaging before I got to that organization, they have said things like, he's not interested in investments. We've spoken to him before, he's not interested. Now, I came across this principle I'm about to share with you right now that made him say a yes. And this is not the first time this is happening. There was another time when there was somebody who was about to move some funds to another organization, and my boss says, I've spoken to him, he's about to move the funds, don't worry, just go and get him to move the funds. And I said, sir, what if I upsell him something else? What if I speak to him and I sell him something else? Am I permitted to? Said, yes, you're permitted to. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, in these two scenarios, I got the prospect to say yes. And I want to show you what exactly happened for them to say yes. The first one, hope I can get the second one, but if not, the principles are the same. The first one, people do business with you if they know you, they like you, and they trust you. Now, if they know you, I was working for an organization, they knew us, so it was a reputable organization. That already has given me a foot into the door. They could, I wasn't sure if he liked me or trusted me. You see, because at some point, it's beyond the trust of the organization. It's about the trust of you, the salesperson. People buy into you before they buy your product or they buy your service. So I got a meeting with him, and it took me some time to get a meeting. You see, sometimes the sale begins with winning the appointment. If you don't get the appointment, you will not get the sale. So you have to persist to get the appointment. And it took me a lot of persistence. I called, followed up consistently. At the point, he says, you've been saying you want to see me. Okay, don't worry. Today, I will stop over at your office. Then when he came, he said, where is that young man, Iyore? He didn't say he wanted to see me. Okay, yes, so I'm here. What do you want to see me about? What for? Talk to me. First things first, I was dressed like a professional. With my shirt, my tie, my suit, pocket hanky, haircut, breath taken care of. Very important. Because you see, if you irritate the prospects based on how you appear or your hygiene, you're not going to be able to get him to say yes. Secondly, I focused the conversation on him, not what I wanted to sell. So when you engage a prospect, move the conversation to them. Let them be in charge of the conversation. Let them do most of the talking. There's a renewal of the mind that needs to take place when you sell. Naturally, you will think that by explaining what you do, you will convince the person. You may think selling is like a debate, meaning the more I make my points, the better I win the debate. It's not a debate. Rather, it is a commitment of trust. The more you get the person to speak to you, and you listen to the person, and you understand the person, the easier it is for the person to understand you so that you can then get the person to do business with you. So I focus on asking questions. And the first question I asked was an open-ended question, a general question. Oh, okay, thank you so much, sir. I've been reading a lot about you. I learned that you were this, you were that. Can you just tell me how's work been, family, business? I just came across a general question, just to ask him about his life in a general sense or in a broad sense. Then he started talking to me. And as I was talking, I positioned myself to be interested. Now, this is not pretense. This is about setting the mind. to be genuinely interested in what this person is about to say. And I said, okay, really? Oh, wow, awesome. Oh, you serious? So, key things. Number one, I made eye contact. Eye contact. Eye contact. Eye contact. Number two, I had to make sounds to show that I was listening. Are you serious? Oh, wow. Okay. But of course, I was not being extreme, not being playful, but being very serious. And I was making sounds, so that I was listening to him. And the kind of things I was talking about, they were not things that I needed to take notes for. I wasn't talking about problems. I was talking about he got so engrossed in talking about his family, his businesses, his achievements, talked about his kids, kind of cars he had got them, and kind of cars they're driving, how they were living, their achievements. He had so much to say. He had so much to say. And I listened. From time to time, I would paraphrase what he had said just to show him that, see, I am with you, sir. And I continued the conversation. At the end of this conversation, we had spoken for about 40 minutes. And he says, okay, Iyore, what exactly do you want from me? So I just quickly introduced the product and the service. And I said, sir, this is where you need to sign. I didn't pitch or explain for long. I said, sir, okay, sir, this particular investment solution is for 24 months, and this is how it's supposed to work. We'll be getting this interest on a regular basis, focusing on the benefits. And he just says, okay, no problem. And I opened the form for him. He said, yeah, sir, you just need to sign here. And he signed 24 documents, 24 signatures, without me explaining so much. Why, when I was done, do you know that some people in the office said, what? No, that's my client. I've been talking to him before he came to this organization. So you can't just come and take him right now. What changed? I believe one significant thing that changed was the fact that I was able to listen emphatically. One of the ways to build trust with prospects and get them to do business with you is to listen emphatically. And these are the things I've shown you. When you're engaging a prospect, your intention is not to reply. Your intention is to understand. You can listen to a prospect and they will talk themselves into buying your product or service. You can listen to a prospect and they will talk themselves out of their internal objections. And they'll just go ahead and do business with you. So if you have the intention to understand and you make eye contact, you make sounds so that you're listening, you don't interrupt them. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll be amazed how your sales will change and how you'll be able to build trust with prospects at a much higher level. Don't be moved when somebody says, okay, you just have 5 minutes, talk to me quickly, what do you have to offer? Let me hear you. If you know that, if you can, for example, I remember meeting a client, and the client says, okay, see, you guys, I was the business partner then. He says, you guys, you just have 10 minutes to talk to me because I have another meeting. All right, so quickly, say, talk to me. What do you have to offer? We just turn the conversation over to them and we ask questions. We didn't just go there and say, okay, sir, we want to reach you. We are this, we are that, we're offering this. No. We said, okay, sir, can we ask you a few questions just to see how we can be of help to you? Can I go ahead? Just 3 or 4 questions. Don't take us long. Because he was insisting on 10 minutes. Okay, go ahead. I started asking questions. I started giving us so much information. So much information. Do you know, at the end of the conversation, at the end of the day, instead of just 10 minutes, it became 40 minutes. We're in that conversation. And we're able to close the deal. The other client I told you, who he was about to move some funds out of the organization, my client says, I should give it a try. Same thing. Focused on asking questions and I listen. See, when I discovered the power of listening, sales changed for me forever. And as I'm telling you right now, as you go into your week, as you go into this day, everybody you meet, every prospect you engage, zero in on listening. Let them do most of the talking. When they're done talking, whatever you're going to be sharing with them, focus on the benefits. Share your testimonials and ask for the money. Ask for the close. How did I ask for the close for the first client? I said, sir, you're going to sign here. I held my pen. I said, sir, you're going to sign here. And I started signing. The second client as well, how did I ask for the close? I said, okay, sir, this is the form. I didn't wait for the person to say, okay, can I have the form? No, you give the form. You ask for their details. Can I have your card, or can I have your license, or can I have whatever it is? You get them to, you be the one to ask so that you can move the conversation to a close. All right, thank you for watching today's video. I'm sure you've learned a few things on how you can get prospects to say yes. If you practice this way I've shown you, you will get your prospects to say yes to you. And if you haven't watched the next video, you can watch the next video. If you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe here as well. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I'll talk to you soon.